a nice start, but maybe 2 or 3 more sentences and this would be complete. Group 3. Group 3 has written quite a lot here. My goodness, they've written an essay. My gosh, you just need a paragraph. But let's look at a little bit here. Group 3. In Indonesia, the school is an important place because it gives people the building blocks necessary to do many things: critically analyze, read, perform mathematics, So, wow. That is a long first sentence. Yeah, that would be my first comment is when you write the point, keep it short, keep it brief, keep it clear. Another thing, and this is my own sort of pet peeve, one thing I don't like is etc. I'm sure you'll get different, different teachers will tell you different things about this, but this is something I try to avoid all the time. For me, it says, what it says to me as a reader, it says, there's more to tell you, but I'm too lazy to do it. So I just put etc, right? And so try to avoid writing that, right? And try to keep that sentence clear, or pardon me, shorter. In another side, school introduces us to the points of view. So now we are changing the topic. Remember, each paragraph, it should really just have one point, which is necessary to learn tolerance and empathy. So you can see we've got a lot of different ideas here, right? Going on, building blocks people would not understand. Okay, in Indonesia, school provides us with a formal structure that real life learning does not, and the structure helps us to learn self-discipline. Okay, self-discipline, this is the importance of schools to help prepare us to better lives. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there. But we can see that this paragraph has a lot of different ideas, all good ideas. But I would push the students here to sort of focus it, to have sort of a more clear point. Right now, my gosh, you've given yourselves a lot to write about, like math, like reading, like critical thinking, and so on. So there's many different ideas here: tolerance, empathy, self-discipline. Choose one for your paragraph, 1 point. The last one is group 4, if I can quickly go through this. The greatest need for young learners in Indonesia today is improvement of the educational system. Okay, so quite a big idea here. Yeah, why? And I like those little rhetorical questions. Because now educational system in Indonesia is too stiff, bureaucratic, and meaningless. My goodness. Okay. Sounds a little bit like the CNN article. One of the indicators in quality of society is through education. Indonesia, education is very important because most of the state budget is focused on the education. So now we have a new idea again, talking about the budget. Yeah, and maybe this is linking a little bit with the idea of bureaucracy and stiffness. To build human qualities that are useful for this country, many productive ages must receive education for the future. So we're sort of, we're kind of repeating ourselves again. We're starting to go around in circles a little bit. The phenomenon of students in Indonesia is lack of literacy. There's a new idea. Even though literacy can increase knowledge through reading, listening, remembering, and writing, literacy is basis. So now we've changed the idea again. So similar to group number 3 is we need to choose a point. I think you started off with a nice, clear point. Yeah, you started off with a nice, clear point here. And maybe we sort of elaborated a little bit on that point here, but not more than that. So again, this is what I talk about, is how writing shows the logic of our thinking. Yeah. When I look at this paragraph, there isn't really a clear logical point. Yeah. And therefore, it means that the thinking hasn't really made a sort of a clear logical opinion yet. Yeah. That's not a criticism. That's just a normal process, right? And that we have to improve that as we think through it. And then if you can do that, my students here, then your voice of authority will grow. Your power as an academic and as a thinker and as an important person in your society will grow, yes, and you will gain more power and more credibility. I think that's probably a good place for me to stop. I've been talking a lot. I want to thank you all for your time and your attention. I know it's hard work to sit in front of a computer and listen to someone like me for 2 hours, but thank you again for your hard work. I hope this was of some value to you today. I'll stop there. Mr. Lukman, if you have anything to say, I'll pass it over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Matthew, for your very clear and comprehensive material. And I guess we all learned a lot from you. And I think the points that you have made at the end is about the 4 criteria of a good writing, especially for academic writing. That is, we have to build the voice of authority. Yeah, and then you quote, this is quoted from Lee. And to build such an authority, we should present ourselves as someone who really knows the field, and then we should present it in a very clear structure of writing. And there is an issue of using I or not I, or from third-person perspective that we should consider whether you want this as an more personal touch, or you want to be more in a objective side, yeah, by using the third-person side, like the author or something like that. All right, thank you very much for the material. But I guess we have some minutes to question and answer session. Kalau ada teman-teman yang ingin bertanya tentang materi kita hari ini, sangat luar biasa, dari Dr. Ferguson, silahkan. Ada? Oh, ada yang resen. Okay. Please, I would like to invite Linon Walienggen to open your mic. Bisa? Okay. To open your mic, you can ask in Bahasa Indonesia or in English, and then I will help you to translate. Silakan, Linon. Udah di open. Sudah, okay. Linon, hello? Can you hear me? No? Okay, mungkin ada teman-teman yang lain yang mau bertanya, silakan. And I guess today's meeting is very interactive, Matthew, and I guess we all are happy with your presentation. We get a lot of knowledge, yeah, from you. Thank you very much. Nanti saya harap teman-teman mahasiswa itu terus belajar untuk mengembangkan kemampuan menulisnya, ya, karena kemampuan menulis ini, if I may use it as an illustration, it's like learn how to swim, right? We cannot learn how to swim in just one night by reading a book on how to swim, but we have to practice every day or every week or every month so that we can be very good swimmers. Yeah, it's like writing. Yeah, so the writing capacity is built since the very beginning, and we have to practice it every day and every week, every month. It has to become our habits or hobby, yeah, so that you can be you can reach the high level of writing, especially in academic writing. Okay, Linon, maaf, jaringan Bapak tidak stabil. Ya, tidak apa-apa, Linon, mungkin bisa dituliskan kalau mau bertanya. Bisa dituliskan pertanyaannya di chat box, silakan. Nanti saya bantu sampaikan ke Matthew. Ya, sambil menunggu Linon menulis. He's from Papua, so it's very far away from from here, and the internet there is usually not as stable as in Java Island. Oke, ada teman-teman yang mau bertanya? Kalau nggak ada, kita aja ya, close aja ya. Pak Elita, kita silakan Revan. Oke, Linan, apakah memang ada yang mau disampaikan sebelum saya tutup sesi ini? Before I close this session, if you have anything to say, we will wait for you. Can you respond through the chat box? Bisa merespon lewat kotak chat. Putus-putus. Ya. Oh, putus-putus, not putus-putus. Yeah. Yeah, perhaps there is a unstable connection there, so we have to tolerate. Nggak apa-apa, Linan. Later, if you have a question, to Pak Ferguson, you can deliver your question to me or to siapa ya? To Himadika. Himadika siapa ketuanya? Ian, to Mas Ian ya. To Mas Ian or Mbak Lisna di Himadika nanti bisa disampaikan lewat Kak Ian atau Kak Lisna. Nanti saya akan bantu sampaikan ke Matthew kalau memang nanti ada pertanyaan, oke? In the meantime, we will have to close this session. But before that, our head of the program would like to say something before we say farewell to you, because this is the end of the session with you, Matthew. Tomorrow will be our last session with Professor Aziz, and there will be a closing speech by our dean. So I would like to invite Pak Dr. Hermawan to give a closing speech for today's session. Time is yours, Pak Hermawan.
Oke, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore semuanya. Good evening, Matthew.
Good evening.
Okay, according to the 3-in-1 schedule, today or this evening is the last session meeting with you. So I hope we can take a good lesson from your sharing experience and your wonderful material delivered during this activity. And I hope it makes us more care about how to develop, to improve our education and to overcome our education during the difficult time in pandemic era. And of course, the last is very important to improve our writing skill. I note that there are 4 points for core of a paragraph. The first is how to make point, and then explain, elaborate, and make a link sentence. I think it is a good idea. And of course, we are so grateful and very thank you for your hard work, Mr. Matthew. We hope that our collaborative activities between you and Brawijaya University are not enough, just this one, and it can be sustainable or will follow in the next time, maybe in the next program. In the next time, we will conduct curriculum revision maybe, and we will open the meeting with our committee, whether we invite you again or with the other expert maybe to help us to develop our curriculum study program curriculum. And okay, I hear from committee, it is the last but not least, before we say goodbye with you, maybe the committee asked me to give a certificate, yes, to Mr. Matthew. as a presenter. It is true, Lukman? Oh, yes, there is a certificate from Matthew. Thank you very much, Matthew.
You're very
Don't
kind.
forget, it's our institution. We are very happy and very grateful with your contribution in our university. Okay, maybe every participant here will get their own certificate also, and a certificate. So don't worry about that. And you just ask to committee, or committee will send to you by your email. Okay, representing the study program, I apologize for any word or condition that may unpleasant. And for all audience who come from everywhere, every place in Indonesia, also come from Papua, maybe this more far away other than from Thailand. So Papua is more far than Thailand. So I apologize for any word, my poor English, or we just try to speak English confidently. We never speak English in daily activities in formal lecturer. So it is maybe just once with you. So we just try to confident. I'm so worried because Matthew is is language lecturer. So his English is very, very perfect. So I'm very sorry if our English is very bad or poor. Okay, for all students who come every place in Indonesia, and also our student in educational administration program, thank you for your participation and your attention. And I think it is enough. Good afternoon, and thank you very much. Back to committee.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hermawan, for your closing speech. And I think following what he says, this is not the end of our cooperation together, because
The end
usually,
of meeting, but not cooperation. Yes, okay.
yeah, usually we deliver the certificate directly to our guest speaker, yeah, and then in the evening we invite the speakers to have lunch, to have dinner together, and by tomorrow we take
Online
them
dinner.
to our recreational places. Yeah, but for this year it cannot be happen. So
Yes.
I hope in the future we can do something together, and I hope this will be the start of our work together between our program, faculty, and your university. And perhaps we can also make a kind of joint research, yeah, together, and we will talk about it later. Thank you very much. You have something to say, Matthew?
Oh, I just want to again say thank you as well to Dr. Harmawan and to you, Lukman. I know we've been trying to organize this for quite a long time and to actually work together. And I'm really pleased that it did work out finally, even though obviously this isn't how we want to do it, but it's how we have to do it for now. And so
Yeah.
I do hope that there is opportunity to collaborate on something in the future. I'm sure there will be. And I just want to thank you and all of your students for your really generous time and your organization and putting this together. I'm very, very grateful. I'm looking at the faces of your students here, looking kind of tired and exhausted in front of the camera. But again, I really, really appreciate your attention and effort. And to your students, I have put my email address there in the chat box. Do feel free to contact me if there's anything from my presentations this week that you would like to talk more about and we didn't have chance to talk about in these sessions. I'm happy to continue the discussion in the future. So all the best to all of you during this very difficult time. I wish you and all of your families good health and safety and keep well. And hopefully we will see each other in the future and we'll actually get to exchange a smile or a handshake or something like that. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you very
Great.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Matthew.
Thank you.
Before I close this meeting, the committee would like to take the picture of us. Yeah, take the screenshot of us. Okay, so everyone give your best smile. Silakan ditunjukkan smile terbaiknya. Kalau mau bergaya seperti Pak Hermawan juga boleh with 2 thumbs up or something like this. It's up to you. Are you ready? The committee? Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you very much, Matthew. Oh, belum, not yet. Okay. Okay, keep your smile for some minutes because we have 149 students. Sudah finish? Okay. All right, that's the end of our meeting today. Once again, thank you very much for Matthew, Bapak Dr. Hermawan. Thank you untuk teman-teman mahasiswa. Terima kasih banyak atas kehadirannya, terutama bagi 12 orang yang kemarin saya tunjuk secara mendadak ya dan agak maksa, tapi luar biasa sekali ya. Anda dapat ilmu yang luar biasa. Terima kasih sekali atas bantuannya. And I will see you again tomorrow in our last session of this 3-in-1 program. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a nice day.